Family History Expos TV. I'm Kimberly Savage, Vice President of Family History Expo. Today we have Kathy Meade from GenLines. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. That's great. Well, tell us a little bit about GenLines.
GenLine, what we have is an online subscription service, and we have access to images of the original Swedish church records from the 1600s to 1920. We have approximately 17 million records, which equate to about 34 million pages from the church records. This includes births, marriages, deaths, registers of people moving in and outside the parish, and also these wonderful household examination records, or they're sometimes called the clerical survey records at the family history centers.
Well, what's on those? Tell us about those.
Well, what they are is that the minister was required every year to do a physical and spiritual accounting of everyone living in that parish. So it's like an inventory of that entire household. And the purpose was to test people on their catechism and their Bible reading understanding. So what we have are the names of everyone living in the household, their birth dates, their birth parish, the date of marriage for the head of the household, and then also the results of the catechism. But what is really good from a genealogical viewpoint, these books cover usually 5 or maybe 10 years. But if they moved in during that period, it would say where they came from and what year, and then if they moved out, it would say where they went to and where they moved to. And then you can go to that particular parish, or if they moved to North America, then you have to start going to North America sources. But in many ways, within Swedish research, you can actually trace a person from birth to death or birth to emigration year by year.
That is so amazing.
Yes, that is why people love it, once they understand the methodology for using it.
Now, you were mentioning a little bit earlier about some of the new and exciting things that are on GenLine. Can you tell us about those?
Okay, in GenLine right now, we are in the process of adding records up to 1937.
Now, these are digitized records, right?
Digitized records.
Great.
So we actually have birth, marriages, and deaths between 1898 to 1920. We've got more than half of Sweden complete now, and we expect to have all of them finished by October. Then we will start adding the records up to 1937 after that. So the end of this year and through 2010, we will be doing that. Another thing that people find really exciting is that we're indexing the household examination books by the farm and the village name.
Wow.
Because when you go in and look at them, you have to know that farm or that village. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, some of the books have village indexes and you can look at them. Some of them didn't. And so you have to page by page. We now have 40%. Customers are raving about that. And we hope to have 70 to 80% done by October. And then you download a software tool called GenLine Family Finder, which we have on Windows and the Mac. The Windows is a little bit more rich than the Mac version.
That's good to know.
And you can download it for free and try it without even registering it, and you will be able to view 7 parishes from the live archive. Not the parishes you may want, but
you never know. It could be the parish you
yes,
want.
Yes, and I've met people who they were the real parishes that they wanted, and then you would never have to subscribe. But you get a feel for how the service works.
Uh-huh.
So, and then but for the indexing, you would look for the household examination book. You would open the book, and then on the side, it would see the different place names, and then you just click on that place name and look at it.
So it's real simple to use.
Well, it's beginning to be much simpler than it was. And then the other thing that is sort of new is we're allowing users to go in and transcribe records. So they can go in and transcribe.
Now, is that a volunteer basis, or?
Yeah, it would be customers that are doing it.
Customers, great.
They do that, and then once they do that, people can search by those names by those transcriptions.
Are there any other tips that you'd like to leave us with?
Other tips that you would leave? I would say don't be intimidated that it is in Swedish. Primarily, it is just tables of names and dates and places.
It's just that easy.
It's that easy.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here with us today, Kathy. And you can visit genline.com and find out more about your Swedish research.